Guys. Guys, I did it. Anyway, Daedalus Point is the map. It was picked by the Green Terran spawning in the bottom right-hand position of the map. He has lost game 1 to his counterpart here, but maybe he's got something special up his sleeve. This is the map he actually won on in game 3 of the best of 3 series prior to this in the semifinals. So, again, this is a best of 5, so although our purple Protoss in the top left-hand corner, Perverted, is up 1-0 in the series, this next one is not it's not the deciding one for Perverted. If he wins it, he can go ahead 2-0 in the series, obviously. It's first 3. So, yeah, that's something to remember here. This is the only series in the StarFleet tournament that is that's a best of 5. So, I'd be interested, for those of you who watched the first, or the best of 3 prior to this that Matt played, did he win game 1, or did he lose game 1? If you could let me know in the chat, that would be cool. I obviously didn't get a chance to watch. I know he won game 3, that's why he's here. But I don't know about game 1. So, alright. Now I can pretty comfortably say we're going to see a CC for 01 Rex expand. Coming out from the Terran. No gas yet. Now he's going to take a gas on almost 16. So I guess he just forgot his gas. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Some jokes are funny. Some jokes aren't. Just remember that, guys. There's 2 things that factor into making a joke about whether or not a joke is funny. The first is timing. Timing is really important. Like, if you pause too long before the punchline, or if you don't have, like, the right, like, if there's not, or if you go too quickly or something like that. Like, you have to, the timing of how you say it has to be good. And the other one is, and also the time and place, which kind of leads into the second one, which is your audience, right? The audience has to find the joke funny. So we got to know that. We've got to be a little bit better about that. It's pretty much all you need to know to be funny. You got to have timing and you got to know your audience. Anyway, the reactor goes down on the barracks. SCVs being produced. Nexus goes down. Super mirrored, I guess, to what we saw the game before this from both players, pretty much. Factory goes down now. Much better timing here from Matt. Notice how his gas is significantly lower. That's just because he didn't forget it this time. It's really that simple. Yeah. So second gas now being taken by the Protoss player. I'm interested to see. Perverted hasn't been a player yet who has really done anything super aggressive. We saw that Immortal push off 3 bases in the last game of the series against Shazampoof. We've seen him do some kind of, I guess you could call it like econ cheese. We're seeing the same build here from MattFT. We're seeing the Widowmine drop coming out here. Maybe he was just disappointed in himself last game. He probably just didn't execute the build as well as he would have liked. And this is again the same build we're seeing here from Perverted as well. He's getting the Robo, he's getting 2 gateways. Probably see a Twilight Council and 1 Forge coming down. Alright. Confed community mods. Wink wink. Nudge nudge. Anyway. Yeah, so we'll see. The first Widowmine is actually, it's already out. It's burrowed by the bunker. The Medevac's coming out. So, second gas being taken as well from MattFT. Oof oof, now I can chat. Yeah, what's up, Shazam? Welcome, my friend. We've been having some fun out here, actually. I've been having fun. I don't know about everybody else, but I've been having fun. So some Stalkers being warped in again in the main base of the Protoss player Perverted. For drop play, he's got the Observer for the Widow Mines. This is like his super standard, it seems like, just TVP opener. He feels like it's really safe, and it seems to be. It really seems to be, particularly against this drop that for the second game in a row MattFT is going to be trying. He's got 3 Stalkers, or 2 Stalkers in this case here, and an Observer. He's got these pylons out here to scout for it. This drop's going to come around the left side. It might even be spotted by this watchtower. I think he's purposefully trying to go around. Yep, he's going to just miss the range of the watchtower. So that's good, I guess, knowledge of the map from MattFT. But a much earlier Robo-Bay coming out here. So this is the variation from Perverted. Rather than going for High Templar, he's just going to slam down the Robo-Bay. He's going to go for the Colossi. The Forge coming down as well. This drop is going to blast on into the main base. 3 Stalkers here now. Down go the Widow Mines. Deja vu all over again. 1 goes off. 2 go off. Again, the Observer's in the orange. This time, 1 Stalker did die, and again, the medevac just escapes with about half its health and the 4 Marines that it came with. But the difference here is the supply count. Last time Matt tried this, he was down in supply. Now, just about even. And again, his worker count's a little bit higher. He's been producing workers a little bit better. And again, just overall, a little bit of a tighter game played by him. So again, these guys have played a lot of games today, if you think about it. The round of 16 was 2 games. The round of 8 was 2 games. The semifinals was 3 games. So 2, 4, 7, 8 for the first game here. This is their 9th game just in this tournament for tonight. And these aren't, these aren't Grandmaster players who play 200 games a day, so what's 9 more games? I feel a lot of anger coming. Alright. But, so 9 games is a lot, and you're bound to have one game where just, you don't feel like yourself. That's going to happen. We may have seen that in Game 1 from MattFT. So, either way, the first Colossus is out. The Extended Thermal Lance is just now being researched, as well as Ground 1 weapons. On the other side, the infantry weapons are actually a little bit ahead of the Protoss, but of course the power of the Chrono is going to help him catch up in no time. Third Orbital Command is being morphed in now, and Perverted sees that with his Observer. He starts again the pretty early Nexus. This one is a little bit later than the previous game, but again, it's pretty early, and it's nice for him to be able to feel comfortable enough to do something like that. That's what I'm going to say. That's the way I'm going to say it. What else? What else? We see a Twilight Council coming down. Mobius Reactor. So, last game, MattFT blindly made Vikings. This game, he's blindly going for the Ghosts. And again, I haven't seen Matt play enough to really know his playstyle, to know his tendencies. Maybe he just prefers Ghosts. Maybe he likes them in his normal Ghost or normal TVP composition. But either way, he doesn't know about these Colossi that are coming out. The second one has just popped out now. So, I don't know how much the Ghosts are going to help him. He's going to push out now onto the map. He's going to hang out with the lab bot for a little bit. Nice little lab bot. Is there another one up here somewhere? It's not up here anymore. It's moved. Alright. Well, again, watchtower control very comfortably for Perverted. He's got 51 probes, so really 49 probes in his base, with 1 on each watchtower. And the upgrades are coming out. He's got +1. Weapons already researched, +2 on the way, +1 armor on the way. The army supply tab actually well in favor of the Terran player, but the Protoss army can deal pretty well with what the Terran army has. There's only a couple of sentries here, but they have a lot of energy. Now the scan's going to come down. He's going to catch this army in his scan, probably immediately switch over to Viking production. As we take a look, there are no Vikings on the field right now. There we go, 2 Vikings in the production tab. I wonder if we're going to see a second starport come down. For now, we're not. But again, this Observer kind of sees everything here. The Ghosts are here. There's 3 of them. Ghost production has been halted in favor of Marine Marauder production. And Matt's just macroing up back here. On the other side, there are only 5 gateways out for the Protoss player. He is choosing to put a focus and emphasis on the forge, on the upgrades, on his third base, and we will probably very soon, as this mineral count continues to rise, see some more gateways put down. 5 gateways, just not quite enough for a Protoss player with 65 probes and 3 bases. So just a little bit late on that transition. That's the one thing I would say for Perverted, as I'm just noting what both players are doing here. 4th command center coming down for the Terran player, and there's again a lot of Marines here. They're just 1-0. 2-1 is almost finished up, and +1 ship weapons, vehicle and ship weapons, as it has recently been renamed, is on the way as well. And here come the gateways. 6 gateways, in fact, being built. And where's the scan? Where is it? Find it. Find it. Find it. We didn't find it. I don't know where it was. But either way, these gateways, like when these gateways drop down, there's going to be a huge surge in production for the Protoss player. And again, he's been relatively unharmed this entire game. Matt has 2, by the way. He's maxed at the 16-minute mark. 59 Marines, 12 Marauders, 6 Vikings, 6 Medevacs, 6 Ghosts. So he's got a very well-balanced army. He's starting 3-2. He's getting personal cloaking for his Ghosts as well. Is there an observer with this army? Yeah, there's an observer right out here, so he'll be able to see this, at least the cloak coming in from the Ghosts. But, I mean, so again, those gateways drop down, suddenly a ton of Zealots, and it's 174 supply from 140-something for the Protoss player. This Terran army thinks about moving out on the map, then decides to do something else. I'm not sure what they're doing. He's going to lead with the Ghost here. Scans for an observer, doesn't see one. The observer has gone elsewhere, it looks like. 2 High Templar are going to make their way over to the left side of the map. This army's going to move forward. I'm not sure if it was seen by the watchtower. It was very close. Here comes the High Templar onto the high ground, anticipating some kind of possible storms coming out. A scan here. Oh, he's just going to miss it. He's going to miss the observer just barely here. There it goes. Kill the observer. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Got to kill the observer. For those cloaked ghosts. He's not going to be able to get it. It's a bit of a mistake. A bit of a blunder. Either way, the EMP goes down on all the High Templar. Holy smokes, those High Templar missed it. They missed it. Here comes the stim forward. Here's the engagement. Lag everywhere. Oh my god. I can't see. I can't see. At the end, the supply counts are relatively even. The Vikings chomping down on the Colossi. 1 Colossi goes down. The 2nd Colossi and 3rd Colossi very low. One of them goes down. The 3rd one will fall. The Marines being healed by the medevacs, kiting backwards. The photon overcharge doing a good amount of damage. Matt ahead, about 30 supply, a big bank for him as well, producing nothing but Ghosts and Vikings. The liftoff comes by the medevacs, and they will fly back to his base. That was pretty laggy, guys. That was quite an engagement. Let's not have such big engagements next time. I don't know if I can handle it. I don't know if my computer can handle it. That wasn't even like, I don't even know. Maybe I need to like unit preload or something. But either way, 3 more gateways being laid down, and 4th base finishing for Perverted as well. 4th base being floated over for Matt. And this pylon is going to be nice for some counter aggression, maybe some Zealot weapons to harass that 4th base as well. But the army tab, very, very even, and the supply count as well. You can really tell it's a very, very close game here. We see some SCVs being sacrificed. Again, there's 68, so 4 here, 5 there. That's 9 SCVs that are going to go and try to be sacrificed. They literally just walked across the entire map into the Protoss base. And they haven't been able to be killed. Nothing wants to kill them. There we go. 1 Zealot, 2 Zealots are going to warp in to do it. This SCV kills off the probe at the watchtower. This SCV kills off this probe at the watchtower. He's going to see this High Templar sitting right here. And in the meantime, I've totally missed the drop. The DT's in the main base. Killed 20 workers so far, has Perverted. There's more units coming out of the Warp Prism. into the main base. 3 Zealots, 3 Dark Templar. The scan comes out. Marines coming out of the barracks are going to try and focus them down. They focus down the Warp Prism as well. 1 DT survives right now. 2 Zealots, 3 Zealots alive. 1 more scan kills off the rest of that aggression. And Matt's still ahead in supply. And those workers that were killed, obviously 9 of them were up here. 23 total have been killed, and there's a scan that kills off the last DT. And, you know, I'm not sure that's the worst thing for Matt, because he's got these orbitals. He doesn't need a huge SCV count. But on the other side of this, allowing the Protoss player to just calmly get their 4th base, finish up their upgrades, getting the 3rd armor upgrade and the shield upgrade, it's going to make these units really difficult to kill. He has 12 ghosts, though, on the map, and he has 130 army supply. So again, because he's down in supply, that supply right now is in the workers. Their army supply is pretty much equal, and he's making nothing but Marines here. And ghosts. Marines and ghosts. The Protoss army starting to move out across the map. A lot of High Templar in the back, and just 1 Colossi. So once this Colossi goes down, expect the Vikings to land. Protoss army posturing for an engagement here. Very tense moment between these 2 players. 5th base starting for the Protoss player. He's getting another Warp Prism, a Stargate, as well, a couple of Stargates. Possibly transitioning into some play, but there's a big engagement coming out here. Where the EMP is going to come, they've come down on the Zealots for now. High Templar in the back. We haven't seen any storms yet. There's 1 storm goes down, actually mostly on the Protoss army. These units are falling fast for the Terran player. For both players, actually, but in the end, a good amount of Stalkers and Archons survive for the Protoss player. More Warpins surely to follow. In the back, there has been a drop that's killed off the 4th base, and another pair of DTs over by the 4th base of the Terran player. Action everywhere on the map right now. The Vikings land. They get taken down by the Archons. This base, again, taken down, but is it too little too late for MattFT, who is plummeting in supply, below 70 supply to 133 supply of the Protoss player. These charge lots are coming in. They're going to kill off the SCVs doing the long-distance mining. MattFT, he's got a lot of money in the bank, but that's not going to help him right now. These units are going to pop out, and as soon as they do, they're pretty much just going to fall. 2 Archons do go down. The Marauder tries to kite here. The DT is going to help do a lot of damage. MattFT is going to have to tap out here. Don't see him being able to come back from this one, but applaud him for continuing to fight valiantly, trying to spend his money. At least until he's broke. He's not going to go down without a fight. But this DT is, he doesn't see it just yet. He's going to need to scan. I don't think he has the, yeah, he certainly has the energy for a scan. For now, he's staying in the game. I wouldn't say that he's necessarily stabilized. The Protoss player actually doesn't have a lot of money. Fleet Beacon coming out here. And, let's see, maybe some Tempests. Maybe some carriers, probably Tempest play. Especially because there's so many observers on the map. He's just got crazy vision and the ability to really harass nicely with Tempests. But Matt's going to try and stay in this game. He's going to try and stay alive, and he's going to continue to try and fight through. He is down 1-0 in the series. It's a best-of-5 series, so he doesn't lose the series outright if he loses this game. But Perverted, the gold-level player, according to Ladder, but masters in our hearts. Clearly. Very well played by him, but a drop comes down at the top of the map. It's going to kill off a decent amount of workers. Check out the workers kill tab for Perverted as this DT is going to come in and hack away at these Marines. They are actually, are they all going to fall? 2 of them are picked up by the medevac. 62 workers killed by Perverted. That kind of tells the tale. There are 12 SCVs left on the map for Matt. He is really trying to fight here, really trying to fight, but this army coming out from Perverted, nothing short of formidable here from the Purple Protoss player. Ahead in supply by 47. And the charge lots, they're going to come in. The Marines trying to do damage. The Ghost taken down before they can EMP. The Archons, this Stutter Step Micro coming out. The Observer's going to go down. So no detection right now for this Protoss army, but is it going to matter? I do not think so. The command center going to fall. The orbital command, the storms go down. Big storms. The Archons are going to clean it up. There's the GG from Matt. And Perverted takes game 2. Takes a well, what would look to be a commanding 2-0 lead in the series.